This is the study of geography, and these are the branches of geography: physical geography, human geography, and practical geography. These are among the few topics that we'll look at when we study geography. We look at industrialization, we look at forestry, we look at tea plantations, maize plantations, brick making industry, among many others. We are looking at the Form 1 class, the Form 1 geography lesson. So we are in lesson 2. Welcome. Our teacher on board is called Sarah Nyamorambo. She will be taking us through the lesson.
Welcome to our lesson today. My name is Sarah, a geography teacher. Welcome. In our previous lesson, we introduced ourselves to the definition of terms that are used in geography, that include geography, which is the study of the earth, and the relationship between the physical and human phenomena. Then we looked at the environment. We also defined the term ecology and habitat. We also looked at the branches of geography and the reasons for the study of geography in our secondary schools in Kenya. Today, we want to study about the relationship between geography as a subject and other subjects, or what we call other disciplines. We come to find out that at the end of the lesson, we'll have to understand that geography is not an island. The information that it has is also available in other subjects. The information that is obtained in the subject geography is also necessary in other subjects as well. So there is no subject that works out on its own. They work together. They borrow information from each other. They share information from each other. Although in other areas, they go their own ways. In other cases, they overlap. In other cases, each one goes on its own way. And among the areas where they share, we are going to look at them. And we start with the subject geography and mathematics. Geography borrows mathematical information in the sense that when it is calculating areas and distances, it borrows the mathematical formulas to calculate the area of places that are occupied by lakes, or areas that are occupied by forests or urban centers, or any other phenomena that you may want to have interest on. If the area is a circular in shape, we'll have to apply the formulas of mathematics, which deal with the calculation of an area of a circular region or area. And so that information is important in geography, because geography will have to involve itself in various phenomena on the earth surface, and their locations, their distributions, that is, and the total area that they occupy. And mathematics also borrows from geography very important ideas like the direction of a place, and also the bearing, and also the distance now, the physical distance of any phenomena that mathematics is concerned about. So bearing and location and distance, it is geographical information that is very useful to mathematics as a subject. We also talk about geography and English. Geography borrows the English language to express its facts. It borrows descriptions, English words to express its details. It does not have a language. Geography doesn't have a language of its own, and how it will convey the information that it has. And so English is very important to it in the sense that the descriptions are all expressed in the subject English. All statements are written in English language. And English as a subject also benefits a lot from this subject, geography, in the sense that areas where all actions are going to be carried out, like we have drama festivals, we are going to have poetry is going to be done. It is carried out in a geographical region which has got some physical distance from maybe the capital city or from a school. So the people who are involved in drama, in poetry and other areas that are related to English, they are given the directions of the venues where these various activities are going to be carried out, and this information is geographical in origin. We also talk about history. History involves itself with the study of past events, past human events, and the movement of people. And this information is important to geography. Geography also does with the location and the distribution of phenomena and people. And this information, some of the historical information is important in the description of this phenomena in geography. That geography will need to know the reasons which led to, for example, of a population of a place. And one of the reasons is migration, which is a historical fact, and it is very important in geography as a subject. History could apply geographical knowledge in when it is trying to explain the routes that were taken by a certain group of people when they were migrating. They use geographical information to say, for example, the Nilotes moved from the north and they came southwards as they entered into Kenya. You know, history uses the grouping of the Bantus, and they call them the Western Bantu and the Eastern Bantu, for example. And that is whatever is there. We are talking about the direction Western or Eastern. It means the Western Bantus are found in Western Kenya, and the Eastern Bantus are found in Eastern Kenya, and they followed that route as they settled there. And that direction itself, Western and Eastern, is a geographical term. So history and geography, they are related, and in this case we will have what we call a relationship between these two subjects, which is very important. Now we also talk about history and geography and physics. Physics concerns itself with areas like the energy. It concerns itself with light, how light travels, the source of light. It concerns itself with heat and gravity, all that, magnetism. And geography uses this information, very important information that has been obtained by physics, in explaining how light travels from the sun to the earth, which is actually the main cause of almost everything that is in motion, that is happening, like for example rainfall, the formation of rainfall, the movement of winds, the growth of plants, the various developments of organisms, and even oceans, how they are movements in oceans, all those ones, they are managed by the sun and the light that is traveling from the sun. And in this case, so geography and physics, they have some central interest on the same areas which are very useful to both of them. And so students of geography and students of physics, some areas they agree and they move together, and there are areas where of course each one of the subjects will go its own way. We also have geography and chemistry as another relationship. Geography is concerned with the location of rocks, the distribution of these rocks, and chemistry is also concerned with the chemical composition of the rocks and soils. And this information, geography uses the raw data, the data that is collected by chemistry, to explain the chemical composition of these rocks and soils. And chemistry uses geography to locate the positions of these rocks and soils on the earth's surface. Like for example, sedimentary rocks are available in lowlands, like along the coastal region. And so the chemistry subject will find its way now down using the bearing and the direction of geography and the location of the rocks to go and take samples, test them, and find out their chemical compositions. Were it not for geography, chemistry could not know where on earth are these rocks found. So it is the good work of geography to point to a chemistry the location of these rocks, the location of the soils, and then chemistry takes another step to understand or to bring to the light their chemical compositions, which is also very important to the people of geography, because geography will use the chemical characteristics of these rocks and soils to describe weathering processes that are taking place in these rocks, to describe erosional activities that are taking place in these rocks. So chemistry is equally of importance to the geography subject. Beautiful. We move on to geography and agriculture. Agriculture is a subject that deals with the growing of crops and the keeping of livestock, their health and the conditions that favor them, and the diseases that affect these animals. Geography, on the other hand, is also concerned with the distribution of these animals and these crops, various crops, the factors that influence their growth and development in the areas where they are grown. And so this information is of importance to the two subjects. Each one of them shows a lot of interest in these crops, in these plants. And so in human geography, we learn about agriculture, where we concentrate more on crops and animals. And we also talk about now the relationship between geography and climatology. The relationship between geography and climatology. Climatology is the study of climates, and meteorology is the study of weather of a specific place at a specific time. The study of weather of an area at a specific time. And all this information of is the study of weather and the study of climate, which is the work of meteorology and climatology, is also the interest of geography. Geography has got a topic on weather. It also has got a topic on climate, which information it is obtaining from the experts, and that is a very good relationship that they have between the two. We talk about the relationship between geography and medicine. That is our next area of interest. Very interestingly is that medicine is concerned with sicknesses and diseases, like now the global sickness that we have of coronavirus. That is the work of medicine. The medics are not sleeping wherever they are. They are looking into this problem. It's a common enemy and they want to delete it, I'm telling you. And this information, that is the cause of diseases and the cure of these diseases, is the concern of medicine. Geography also concerns itself with the distribution of some of these organisms which cause diseases. Like, for example, sesaflies. Geography will tell you very well that sesaflies are found in Lambwe Valley, and it will tell you the factors, of course, which have led to the availability of sesaflies in Lambwe Valley. It will tell you where mosquitoes are commonly available. It will tell you where snails are found, and even the medical implications of these organisms. So if you look at the two, at one time it is like they are sharing some information of diseases, their causes, the factors that cause this. So in other words, the geographical people will tell even the people of medicine that in Lambwe Valley, the sesaflies are there, and they are brought about by the favorable conditions to these insects. And so the people of medicine will go there, knowing very well the factors that lead to the thriving of these insects, and they will deal with those factors that cause this problem. So you can see there is a relationship between these two subjects, medicine and geography. Very beautiful relationship that needs to be cultivated for and be carried forward even to the future generations. We are also looking at the relationship between geography and a subject like demography. Demography is the study of population. You talk about population, you are talking about people. Where these people are found is the work of geography. Their location, the factors that have led them to be very few in a place, the factors that have led them to be dense in one area. You look at the number of children in that population. You also look into the number of adults in that population. You also talk about the number of the youth in that particular population. You also talk about the number of females and the number of males. You talk about the rate of birth, the birth rates and the death rates. All these characteristics are found in demography. And demography is a branch of geography. It's a sub-branch of geography. And therefore, geography and demography, they are related. Geography deals with the distribution of people on the earth surface and the factors that lead to the distribution of these people. So the two subjects are related to one another. We also talk about geography and engineering. Engineering deals with matters of construction. building and construction. It deals with the construction of roads, construction of bridges, buildings, all this, construction of dams. You know, it concerns itself with bringing up features on the Earth's surface. And the materials that engineering uses are a concern of geography, the distribution of every phenomena on the Earth's surface. So if they require building materials like rocks, geography is available for them to locate or to point out for them the point where these rocks are located. Engineering will mention any type of rock. We require soft rocks or we require hard rocks. And the geography is there to tell them exactly the spot where these hard rocks are found. You need metamorphic rocks, they are found in this area. You need volcanic rocks, they are found in this particular area. You need rocks to make like for example, a building to be beautiful, beautiful surfaces. Those are metamorphic rocks, which must have maybe been sedimentary rocks, and it's the work of geography to locate all these kind of materials. And therefore, even where these dams are going to be constructed, where these roads are constructed, they require geographical information to tell them the type of ground. If the ground is stable or if it is unstable. If it is unstable, it will need some backup before a road is constructed there. So the two subjects are related. So in our lesson today, we have learned about how these various subjects are related to each other, how their informations are useful to each and every other subject, and therefore we don't have a subject that works on its own. All information is important. For example, the study of the population brings up the branch of geography that is called population geography. The study of history and population and migration of people, it brings up the branch of historical geography. So you find out that these subjects, in some one way or another, they have some form of interdependence. I mean, they depend on each other. Thanks a lot.
We're very grateful that you found time to watch our content. Kindly press the subscribe button down there and leave a like if the content was helpful to you. Join us in the next lessons. Thank you.